we looking at?
Stupid battle droids, get out of the way! Hello there. This is General Grievous, and you are watching Southern Comic Geek.
Roger, roger.
Unmuted mic. That's right. But I figured that you know the normal routine and you knew what I was saying. But I'm here today with a bunch of unboxings and a live hangout. I sent the several chats and group out the invite, but I will drop it here in the chat. If anybody wants to come in here, hang out, talk up some comics, certainly feel free to do so. Last hoarders hide. There is yet work to do, and some of us have to work for a living. I appreciate you, though, for paying those fair share of taxes and doing so. But yes, we are here with some comics. Today is Friday. Hopefully you got some great weekend plans, including catching up on some comics. Got a bunch of books. This will, aside from tomorrow, Saturday's auction at 1 p.m. Central Time, this will probably be the last live show that I will do for the month. And the reason why I say that is because next week I'm going to Hawaii. I know, right? First world problems. But no, I'll be going to Hawaii, so there will be a shortage of shows. I probably will go live and post some stuff on Instagram because I plan on hitting up some comic shops while I am there, because I've already checked out. There are some that are there. I'll be going to Maui, and hopefully that will go off without relatively. Brian, don't hate. Appreciate, man. I bought a couple of nice books from Hawaii. Yes, I've got a Foom number, is it 7 or 10? The first appearance of the new X-Men team comes out before Giant Size X-Men. And it still has the address label on the back, and it was to Hawaii, or the original owner was. So let's see. I'm going to be raining down a beatdown later. Listen up, Tim. Listen up. There's no sense in getting all whatever about it. We'll see how things pan out. Let the voters decide. Let the people decide. But yes, what Tim is alluding to, if you are not familiar, Tim and I both will be on Mr. Comics 89's channel. And just like...
Hey, how's it going? Hold on, I got myself on mute. I can't hear you. Got to get my volume up. Come back to me. I'll see if I can hear you.
Okay. But just like Beetlejuice, I say his name and Mr. Comics shows up. As I was saying before you jumped in, Tim and I will be on this guy's channel later on today or this evening, and we will be doing the beatdown, as Tim is referring it to.
Yeah, I'm literally looking forward to this one.
Oh boy. Well, we got somebody else up in the chat. What is going on? Another beatdown? So what's funny about this, in the past, I have sent out the link to various groups that I'm connected with. And I felt fairly confident that in doing so, that kind of like certain politicians, I feel pretty confident that I go knock doors and I'm going to get their vote. But this time, not so much. As a matter of fact, when I sent out the link, I kept noticing this Green Lantern votes grow. I was like, what the crap is this? I'm not voting for Green.
Yeah, it backfired on you, huh?
Yeah, it kind of backfired on me. I was campaigning for the other guy, I guess.
I didn't get a chance to vote. I was in the movies when you sent it out. I didn't see it till I got out.
Well, I saw your comment, so I assume that Doom is a good watch.
Definitely.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Definitely good. I highly recommend seeing it in a large format screen. It's made for spectacle.
So did you see it on the IMAX? Is that how you saw it?
We didn't go to a Regal theater. We went to Georgia Theater Company or AMC or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
But it's gorgeous movie.
Well, the Dune series, they compacted an awful lot of stuff in the old one, right? So I think this one they're going to be making into 2.
At least 2, because this one they didn't advertise it beforehand, but now that it's released and the word's out, when the movie comes on, it says Dune. Then it comes in part 1, and the Sci-Fi Channel had like that 3-part epic movie event back in the early 2000s. But I don't know. Hopefully, it does well enough to get more because quality wise, it warrants it definitely.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We got Warlord in the chat. What's going on, Warlord? How are you? He was interviewed the other night over on Bert's channel.
Yeah, it was just his birthday too.
Happy birthday to you. We've got Papa Willie up in the house, another one of the channel members. Appreciate you. Tim, the comic collector, vote with your heart. Not always, Tim. Your heart will lead you astray sometimes. All right, so Brian Wells is saying IMAX tonight. So
good call.
Good call. Well, folks, I've got a bunch of stuff that I have picked up. I didn't know if you had anything that you wanted to show off while you were on the stream today.
No. I got my.
Okay, so everybody's showing off their wiener. Let me go get my Labrador.
Yeah, just hold him up. Just pick him up.
This isn't a wiener. This is a miniature pit bull / pug.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have a pit bull Crohn's disease? What is a miniature pit bull?
No, it's just a pit. Mama was a pit bull. Dad was a pug, or vice versa. So she's full grown.
So she's just a mutt, is what you're saying. Yeah. I have a full grown mutt. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and so Mr. Matt, I didn't know if you knew this or not, but Mark works with animals, so
yeah.
He knows a thing or two about them.
Yeah, I run a kennel.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we have 3 dogs, and we only get from the pound. We only rescue. So
you get them from the pound, or do you rescue them? I need to know.
Whatever, we adopt them or whatever.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. I mess with customers all the time because I hear that on a daily basis. I rescued them, and I ask them, like, what'd you get out of a burning building? Do you jump in front of a bus with no regard to your own well-being? Like, what do you mean?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Rescue.
That is a cute dog, though, man. Look at it. It just wants your love. It's looking at your spirit animal.
Her name's Thea, and we call her the SLUT for little kids around. Because she'll literally lay down on the floor in front of you, arms out, spread. I move 2 feet over. She'll get up, walk over, plop back down, and go like, "You moved."
Oh, yeah. My dog, he's real pretty, but he's dumb as they come. And I got him for free via my job. I had a customer that had some horrible ongoing run of bad luck from accidentally shooting himself in the hand because he's getting ready to go to the firing range with his son-in-law. And you can't go in with your gun loaded, So they were unloading their gun. And he shot himself through his hand, so he had to go to the hospital and have hand surgery. And he came out medicated. And he was an older guy who would spend his evenings going to like a local bar, just sitting there and hanging out with the bartender kind of guy. So coming out of surgery, you're on medication that he wasn't used to. So his regular routine, it kind of intensified, and he staggered out one night shortly after shooting himself, fell, and those concrete bumpers for your tires and parking spaces. Mm-hmm. He fell and fractured his skull on that. And he had to go to the hospital and have emergency surgery and barely survived. And right before they were about to check him out, he had a heart attack in the hospital still. And then he ended up having to be put into a home with people who have had strokes and stuff to learn how to walk, talk, eat, and all that again. And when he got to that point, and by then I was like fostering his dog here instead of keeping it at the kennel. He just asked us if we could keep it because he saw how Finn was with the dog. I was in communication with him, but
yeah,
he's okay-ish now.
I can see, Southern, you already have people on Instagram
taunting me. Yeah, Wow, that guy should have starred in the movie A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, Lemony Snicket's himself.
TV is coming in and says, "Open
Oh,
comics."
there you go. Sorry, there you go. You got to hold him up while you tell stories. So, yeah, and that's how I got my dog.
That's right. That's right. So, and talking about that blue costume, I thought it was really ballsy of DC to use. Ballsy is probably a little too tough, but to use the blue costume because I was never a big fan of it back in the day. But I think it's going to work. I think it's
Yeah, it looked good. Their rendition of it looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark's getting out ahead of the spec game right there, picking up those blue suit Aquaman.
Well, I mean, they're already in the family collection, but they were around, so I grabbed them, and I figured, you could get them graded for fairly cheap, and these are really high grade, and it'd be something cool to be able to put into like the channel membership giveaway maybe or something, So I try to get decent stuff cheap when I can find it to turn it into more valuable stuff to give back out.
Yeah.
So so have you announced yet on your 1,000 subscriber giveaway?
No, not. I'm
Or
still.
are you going to be at 2,000 by the time you announce it?
That depends on the things I'm waiting on. You know what I mean? It's free stuff. It'll be worth the wait. There's original art in it. There's like big keys in it, like the first appearance of Darkseid. And I'm waiting on a specific thing from an artist who's gotten busy with the timing with con starting back up right when I was trying to organize all this. So, and what did they say? You don't like something a gift horse in the mouth. So I'm not trying to be pushy about it or anything. And
yeah, hurry up and give me that free thing you promised me.
Yeah, that sounds outrageous. I'm just grateful that it's happening. I did get the Nelson, who owns Big Time Collectibles, sent me the big box of books today to go into the channel member giveaway for this month. So I'll be able to show those off next week, which is exciting. It'll be the first one of those that I'll be getting in.
Awesome. We got the cover collector up in the house. What is going on? Yes. So check out what I picked up the other yesterday. I picked up this right here.
Is that one of the originals or one of those newer?
It's the it's a what do you call it? A facsimile or repro, whatever.
Let's call it a reprint.
Yeah,
I think it's called retro.
Retro. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. But yeah, it's essentially a reprint. But yeah, I got the Mikey and the Leonardo.
Oh, that's
I was
fantastic.
going to get Donatello, but it looked like it had been in a fight with the foot soldier, so I left it alone. For that.
Aren't you an open box collector though?
I am, but these are like too nostalgic in their packages for me to.
I agree. I know that, and I'm the same way because the stuff that I've seen you open box collect is kind of in the McFarlane stuff, which you can put back in the package and it still looks pristine.
I mean,
Depending on how you open it.
my only thing is I have statues and a few of my like 10-inch pops to display once in a while out of box. But otherwise, I am, with at least my Funko Pops and all that, I got in box only, except for my little display that recently added for my Funko sodas, so I can display them can and then the figure in front of the can.
Nice.
Kind of thing. So that's the only thing I kind of do out of the box would be the sodas.
Yeah, luckily for a lot of stuff these days, with the window box and the packaging, they almost look just as good in box, depending on what you're able to do, taking them out and setting them up.
Yeah, the only problem is I like to play with them. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
So there is this right here. Check this out that I picked up.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice.
Is that one of the Marvel Icon figures?
Is it the Marvel Select?
Yeah.
Is that what they call them? But yeah, I picked that up at a toy show, and then of course I picked up the Thor Ragnarok to
Oh, nice.
to go along with it. Yeah, the problem with my current thing is that it's run out of room up there, so now they're taking over room on my desk. I'm
Let's put them in your
on
kids' room.
Sentinel.
Which Sentinel is that?
The Tri-Sentinel.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's one of the Sentinels from the Pikmin run, from the Powers of 10.
Gotcha. That's why I'm not familiar with it.
And just got the Jean Grey classic green and yellow costume.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to my kid moving out in a couple of years when he finishes high school. Gonna knock down the wall there, gonna expand my office, and we're gonna have more room for more shit.
You can really promote them leaving the house sooner if you go ahead with your plan.
Yeah.
Knock out the wall.
Just go ahead and do it. Just knock out half the wall for now. Just half the wall for now.
Yeah. Right now I have a doorway. This is clue that you're not gonna get any more privacy. So
yeah. You're 18. You don't need privacy. You need your own house.
Exactly. Yeah, I got the GameStop exclusive Night Brother there.
So I'm not familiar with that character either. I feel like I'm behind the curve with X-Men and Star Wars all of a sudden.
So I got this in from Soul Twice.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I got a Bane in there from him. He was on an auction somewhere, auctioning it off. I got it for fairly cheap.
I'm actually doing some work trying to create some more of the YouTube's knockout shows to fit them for to put them onto the podcast. And actually, the one I'm currently downloading right now in its audio form is Bane versus Reverse Flash. So it's kind of ironic that appeared on the same screen at the same time.
Do you do all your streams through StreamYard?
Yeah.
So you can just go back and click record audio, download audio off of StreamYard then?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I still do free thing and all that, so I don't have any audio. So I'm not sure if I can or not. But
I don't know what that is.
like I said, I have a free thing right now where it's just I can download things that are not copyrighted or whatever. So right now I'm just downloading my own stuff and all that in audio form.
So if you go to StreamYard itself and just click on past recordings, click on the recording and it'll say download video or download just audio. And you can
I'll have to do that for the recent ones coming up here because these are too old. This is in the middle of season 2.
Oh
which
wow.
is and all that. So I don't know if the recordings would go back that far.
Now, StreamYard just changed it to where you can it saves it further back than what it used to. And then I just I go through there and delete out, stuff that I've already uploaded and I'm not going to use anymore, but because I don't want to pay for extra space. So Matt, that brings me to a good question. So is there a way that you can look at your podcast and see how many people have listened to it? All that kind of stuff?
I just now started to try to do some of it. I just looked at whatever because I'm looking at what is it? I think I was because I went into Podcast Connect for the iTunes or whatever, and I think I saw some information for my stuff, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I haven't looked too much because all I know is that I've created the podcast, but it's not like people are going, "Oh, hey," and all like that, kind of thing. It's not one of those.
So do you promote it or no?
Not much. I'm still trying to figure things out and connect things out. Like I'm trying to figure out how if I want to try and do something for like Facebook or whatever to create like a group or whatever to see if I can or page to see if I can get that out there more as well as my channel just to do more. But I'm probably the best talker about it, but I'm very bad at promoting myself. It's almost like I need somebody to help me promote myself.
You need a hype man.
Yeah, I need a hype man, someone who basically won't shut up about me. So,
Weird Science. No, you didn't miss the unboxings. You didn't.
Well, we have books to show whenever they're asked.
So yeah, we've got this. This
that's
is
nice.
Hulk 181 homage. Does it look like a Hulk 181 homage?
yeah.
The answer is no. This is a Frankie's Comics did this. It's a facsimile of Hulk 181, but this is an Adi Granoff cover, and then on the inside is Hulk 181.
Oh, nice.
So I had to have that for the Hulk 181 set over there. So I also did want to mention this month's giveaway, of course, X-Men #4.
Oh, yeah, there's my book.
Yeah, go ahead, claim it. So yeah, this is of course the monthly giveaway, which you can enter to win by being a member. For every membership, it's 10 chances, and for every $1 of super chat, it's an additional chance per dollar.
Every membership is Jason. How do you go about your process of gathering all your names and building that ginormous wheel?
So in YouTube, if you go into memberships, you see where your memberships are at. And then
super chats and all that.
Right. And so
But
then
you
I
handwrite down everybody's name and go through and add them up and have to go over there and just copy and paste their name into the wheel. Like you literally go through that much work for everybody.
Mhm.
Jesus, you should get to keep the book with all that work.
Well, once you got it, and then say a lot of the Patreon members are also YouTube channel members, so you just copy paste more often, but yeah. So look at that claim, and that's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. So I'm actually thinking about in the future doing something different for the channel members as opposed to the chat, like the super chats, like doing something like whatever the day of, or the week of the super chat thing, and then doing something just singularly for the Patreon or YouTube channel members. So,
Well, your giveaways are already stellar. No pressure, man. You've already given away like a ASM 300 and what was the last one? The UF4s. And
Yeah. Speaking of giveaways, 5 more subscribers, and this, along with some pops, will be given away to 2 winners.
they have to share it.
No, basically, basically, I had 2 winners. One winner, I'm going to have 2 winners. The first one will pick either this or the pops, and the second winner gets what's left. But I am 5 subscribers away from 600 last I checked. So I am so close to doing that one. So links are in the most recent videos. So
you probably get negative entries for that.
What do you need?
no, sorry, Tim. I don't do that. You get to move to the next round.
So Papa Willie dropping the $10, which he won one of the UF4s.
Nice.
And this is for you and for Mark there, making it rain in the right direction. So, yes, we are being classy. That's right, TV. We are showing books and running our gums at the same time. So I picked these up from Jeff Silversmith. Let's see here. Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 6.
Nice.
A little Morbius action. Amazing Spider-Man 74, which I think is the last 12-cent issue. Oh, Mr. ASM's going to ask. Okay.
No, I think 101. When the first time you have Morbius, I think is when it goes to 15 cents. But
Okay. Then I got ASM 161. Little Nightcrawler action. So this was a mystery box that he was, or mystery pool or whatever he was doing. And so I pulled these, and then I got on a wheel to win an ASM 361. I did not win that one, but also picked up these right here. Submariner.
Tales to Astonish, 98.
Already have this one. So this one will be going up on a Saturday morning auction near you. But and then also 1 in 25, Something's Killing the Children.
I could be mistaken.
Hey, yeah, see, that was very timely that you said that about the Hulk. You knew I was going to show some Hulk somewhere. TV, somewhere. What's going on, Joe?
Hulk books.
So speaking of Hulk books, I do have a question for the panel as well as the chat. So I had cashed out some stock. These are first world problems. I was cashing out some stock. And I was planning on purchasing some property. I've elected to not purchase that property, but so what I'm looking at is looking at investing in a book that it doesn't even have to be, I'm not even looking for like 100% returns, right?
GSX1.
What's that?
Giant Size X-Men 1. It's kind of like the no-brainer book right now.
Yeah, I thought about that because the other thing I need is it's a book that I would be okay letting go. because
Oh,
we
yeah.
all got those books that we tell our wives that, hey, we're okay buying this because it's a great investment, but then we don't ever want to let it go.
Well, if you're talking about buying property money, liquidating stocks money, like I really don't know the number you're working with, but you are a Batman completionist. So now is actually a time for you to do what you said you were going to do when you said you were completing the run.
Yeah, that's the problem though. If I buy it, I'm not going to want to get rid of it.
Sell everything else, save it for last.
My collection's basically going to be pass on my Amazing Spider-Man collection, Amazing Spider-Man. Give my son the Miles Morales, but everything else I collect is basically to pay for my funeral and to take care of my wife after I'm dead.
You're going to have a big funeral or something? You'll be dead. Tell them to throw you in a cardboard box and forget about it.
No, I'm going to be basically just to pay for expenses and things like that afterwards. You know,
That's a terrible burden you're leaving with your family in their time of mourning. Jeez Louise.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't have any plans to wander off in the woods and just disappear.
But no,
I know you're sad and all, but I need you to go out. You're going to have to find somebody that's out of Price Comics. Make sure you trust them. They're going to teach you how to sell them on the proper platforms and find your market. You're going to be stinking up the house before they got all the money in to bury you.
Incentive to sell.
There you go. There you go. Move the process along quick.
Because see, I also thought about like TMNT 1 first print, but then I'm not going to want to get rid of it. See? And that's the problem if I buy Batman. So, but you mentioned Giant Size X-Men 1. I've already got a copy, and I'm perfectly okay with keeping my 4/5 that's signed. So if I got another copy that's higher grade, I'd be okay getting rid of that.
Well, have you thought, like, these are very common spec books? You know what I mean? These are the books we're talking about are the ones that come and go all day long. Like, have you started talking about like next level collector books? Because in all reality, most of us here on YouTube, when we're talking about bangers and keys, they're the ones that cycle all day, every day. There's a whole nother level and tier of comic book collectors that don't hang out on YouTube. Like the real deal hardcore collectors that I'm talking golden age, like JSA members first appearance. Like, where's that first Green Lantern? Like that Alan Scott, you know, where's those big boy books?
Yeah. Talking about that, you know, the Golden Age Guru, you know, he's friends with Comic Tom or whatever. And I watched a video where he picked up a first appearance of Alan Scott and told the whole story behind it. Dude, I'm like, that's one of those books I'd be just like, wow, I touched it. I touched one time. And so maybe I wonder if the answer would be better served in a book like that.
Well, it would get your foot into that next level of collectors, vendors, sellers, because that's its own market inside of the bigger comic book market. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like a niche market.
Outside of the pop that happens with upcoming movie spec, I think Marvel is already priced high. I mean, I think if I'm going to go low on an investment, buy low to sell high, I think I'm going to have to go DC. And if I go DC, I'm going to have to go Silver Age, Golden Age to get the return on my money. To your point.
People like Alan Scott, you know, it's announced, but a long time from now, but he's an HBO property in the works. You know, like it's going to be a hot minute. It's far enough out that it wasn't even mentioned at their big fandom announcement dump. But he has been cast, you know, and not just harping on that one character, but stuff like that, you know, that stuff's timeless. It's literally timeless. It's at the point of historic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. If I was going bigger books, I mean, I'm not sure if I want to go too much Golden Age because, like I said, you're literally dealing with hundreds of dollars for even the common books, not necessarily keys.
That's the thing. It's common is the thing.
Yeah, and so if I was going, I probably would maybe dip my toe into the Golden Age, but I probably would be going like Showcase for like
first. That's the first Spectre.
You know, first appearance of Barry Allen in the Silver Age, and first appearance of Green Lantern, you know, and Showcase and things like that. I'd be going those books versus, you know, I might go as far back as I could, you know, but into Superman or Batman. But
the only problem with getting into that realm of investing is you put yourself more niche.
Yep.
Than what you do with the other ones, which is good and bad, right? Because if you go to sell it, you have a smaller market can go, okay, I'm going to put that kind of money out to buy.
With all of those books, you're talking auction house potential as well, though. You're not talking about books that you're like, "Oh, let me sell this for a few hundred or a couple thousand." Like you're talking auction house number safe bet kind of stuff.
Right.
But again, if you get it, everything depends on if you get it at the right price as well.
Yeah, those kind of books there that people actually would be interested in an auction house versus I have to sell this on eBay on a stream or on YouTube on a stream sale because I'm trying to make a sale today.
So,
Aren't stream sale books.
so do you think
This week on Saturday Morning Comics
exactly
Showcase?
So what do you think? Raw or graded?
Well,
The person to ask in that market.
I've heard that if you
If
buy,
you're buying to invest,
yeah,
there are benefits and bad things about buying already graded because you could take the risk that you could buy it, somebody selling it for let's say a 3.0, but you could press it and get it bumped up to a 5.0. But dealing with Golden Age and Silver Age, you run into restoration issues like color touch and that kind of thing. You start having to pull out the black light for.
and if you buy raw, you can basically, it's like, I think it looks like it's this. You cannot quote me for sure on it, but then people buy it thinking it looks like a 5.0, and it does turn out to be a 2.5 instead.
Yeah, it can go both ways that way.
So that's raw.
So if y'all had to do it for the reasons aforementioned, would you buy raw? I would propose to slab it if it was already raw. I'm just saying to get the right deal.
I don't have a problem buying raw in a sense. I like to buy graded, and I like to buy graded, and I kind of prefer buying graded because in my sense, like with my Amazing Spider-Man 3 here, or in my 129, I knew it wasn't going out of my collection for decades to come, if anything at all. So it's only going to hopefully increase in value. So if the money I spent on it nowadays could be a fraction of what it's worth later on. Oh, my Punisher here is 2 to 3 times more valuable than what I paid for when I bought it slabbed. But if I was, in the process of buying now and then working my way up or using it as leverage to trade up in a sense, I would almost buy raw, and you can kind of slip in the rough estimate in value and it could possibly go up, in that sense. And that's my opinion.
So Hoarder says, I only buy slabs if I have to. Well, yeah. So I get what you're saying there. I'm on the Golden Age stuff that I've got, I want it slabbed, even if I buy it raw, just to preserve it at this point. But, if I'm talking about a book specifically knowing that, hey, in a year or so, I'm going to want to flip this thing. Let's see, most people grade raw. That you do run that risk there. People sell raw as if it's hey, this is a 5.0 if the sun aligns with Jupiter and all that kind of stuff.
Aquarius.
Most dealers in the Golden Age prefer raw. Okay, don't know that.
Yeah, I guess the whole, it's already Golden Age. They want to be able to touch and feel and not have it cased away so they can through glass.
In all sincerity, when I get like my Ultimate Personal Grail book, which is Incredible Hulk #1, if I buy it slabbed, I'm cracking it the day I get it. The day that I get it home, I'm cracking it. Probably do it live even because I want to open it. I want to hold it. I want to read that physical copy, all that. Yeah. Like I have no problems with touching old comics. I don't think I'm going to break them flipping through them. I'm not going to sit there and but I've watched what's his name who owns Diamond Publishing, Geppy.
Steve.
I've literally seen numerous videos where he picks up his copy of Action Comics #1 and flips through it to show people. Like you're not going to hurt these books. It's paper. As long as you keep in mind that it's old paper and you hold it accordingly,
Well, that C2E2 video where they filmed CGC grading an Action Comics #1.
That was a Superman #1. They were really rough on it.
Dude, I've been crying if I saw them do my book like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't handle an old book like I don't even handle some of my early Tales to Astonish like that. And I've flipped through them and read those. Like the lowest number I have is like #6 for Tales to Astonish, and it's in rough shape. So but I still wanted to flip through it and look at the old paper and all that.
Yeah, the worst shaped books that I have, the older books, I basically read. I do read them, but I like set them down in front of me. My hands holding the pages as I'm flipping through it, but I'm not holding the book. And the book's being supported
Exactly.
basically there, and I'm just reading carefully. And then it's like carefully back in.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, my hands are really oily, so yeah, I would, especially on the
You might do the book some good. Old dry ass book from 80 years ago could probably use some oil.
Well, that also I will also would wear gloves of some kind too, dealing with sometimes for things. If I'm trying to grade the book to send it in, I'll wear my gloves so I'm not putting in fingerprints.
So my Hulk 1 was already slabbed when I got it. My X-Men 1 was not. So I did
Lucky.
read through that one. So yeah. So check out what I got. The other day.
Dell Comics' first appearance of Turok.
Yep. It's not something you see all the time, and I found it on Shortboxed, and made them an offer. We went back and forth with a couple of offers, and they accepted it. I've only seen that copy at a show one time, but I mean, it's just
Scott might have one of those. I'm not sure about
I
that.
sent him a picture of it. I sent him a picture of it when I
If
bought
he
it.
doesn't have one, I wouldn't be surprised if he sends you an offer.
He asked me something. What did he say? My Instagram quit. Yeah, I sent him a picture. I said, yeah. So, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Raw or grade, certain Golden Age books are so tough to find. Yeah. And and talking about that brings up another topic. How do you price a Golden Age book? So when I looked at that, Turok 1 that I just showed, I wanted to see if that was a different, a decent price, right? The last sale on that thing was 3-4 years ago.
Last sell via like that way of finding it, because like Pocan Joe mentioned in the chat way earlier, he's a huge Golden Age collector. He buys and reads moderns, but then just moves them on in a dollar auction that he has local to him. But as far as Golden Age stuff goes, he only deals direct with dealers in person. So it's not stored data for that stuff. And that's part of that niche market that you mentioned. That's how that market kind of operates. That's the dynamic of it. So it's really hard to find what's fair value for anything.
And what's going on? Wolf Blitz.
And if you go on eBay, you can find all kinds of stuff for sale for astronomical prices. Whether they're fair or not, I wouldn't be able to even tell you. But looking through sold listing is almost a ghost land for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I almost pulled the trigger on it was Captain Cole, but yeah, first Mr. Freeze yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
Or Mr. Zero, as he was known back then. I have the Toys R Us reprint of that, graded at a 8.5 or somewhere in there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one that got away because I could have bought that book raw last year for $1,000.
Yeah, I forget where.
What's it going for now?
That same book is over $2,000. Now this one was a 5, and they were wanting 4.
Woo!
Yeah.
Ask them if they could rip a corner and give you a discount.
Not this guy. He ain't doing nothing. Digger Jim, what's up? What's up? Yeah, this one's already graded. So back to the aforementioned question. So I also got these Tales to Scottish in as well. So Mark, which Hulk book did you pick up? Hulk 50.
Alex Ross. Yeah, definitely. I've got a complete Alex Ross set now, and the alternate he did for number 15, which was an Marvel anniversary issue, and then the 2 San Diego Comic-Con ones that he did also for number 20. I've got those 9.8 signed and slabbed. So I have a complete Alex Ross run for Immortal. What number is that?
This is 71.
I'm not missing very many Hulk or Submariner books from that run.
Got
Monster
69.
Hunter. Lucky number there, huh?
Yeah.
That's close to the first appearance of the leader right there.
Listen, great
Oh,
read.
that's so good.
If you're not reading it, get on this.
I'm surprised you didn't grab the cover B for that.
They didn't have it. Yeah, I wanted the cover B. Picked up Hulk 188, 173.
Yeah, I'm missing that one.
Of course, the mentioned the Alex Ross.
There it is. Perfect book for a comic clear backer board.
Oh yeah, and I always like the Joe Bennett covers too. The homage.
Yeah, that's wicked.
And Tales 88.
Oh, first time he says Hulk smash in comics.
Really?
That's a key book right there. We were talking about that today.
Check out that beautiful sub crease right there in the middle of it too.
Very nice.
What's going on with Starscream? Starscream must have a hairdo like me. It didn't take him long at the barbershop. Orders High says Flash 4, Showcase 22, Brave and the Bold 28, maybe Showcase 8.
Yeah, that first Justice League would be a good one.
All right, so here is. Love that smell. You remember what page it's on?
Mm-mm.
Nobody can stop Hulk. Hey, what's funny about reading these old books too is that when you go and you start reading like the letters that the people would send in, some of them just like bashing the story or whatever, and they would put the whole address of these people in the thing. Like somebody shows up at their doorstep, like what, or driving around in the neighborhood with a windowless van saying free comics.
Yeah.
Hulk page 2, first panel, top on the right hand side.
Let's see here.
It's right there. The top word bubble. Light blinding. Hulk can't see.
Ah, there it is. Or Hulk Smash.
Smash. There it is. The first time in comics.
History in the making, folks. History in the making.
It really was.
So, yes, a beautiful subscription crease down the middle there. Let's see. Brian says, when I started setting up at shows in the early 90s, most Golden Age collectors were much older collectors, but sadly, the group of collectors dying off. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, well, it's Biggie. What I was saying, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. A lot of the stuff that hasn't hit its pop or its stride right now, and I think that some of these books now is a good time because you want to buy the dip. But I don't want to buy nothing against Shang-Chi or anything like that. But I don't want to buy that because I was looking at something, and that book's already dropped 78%. It's an all hype book. I want a book or an investment that's also for the purposes of this. For my collection, it doesn't really matter to me. But, you know, as far as for this purpose, I want something that people are going to want regardless of whether the market's up.
Do you have a first appearance of the Justice League, Brave and the Bold?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that'd be a good one because, you know, DC's not Marvel right now, but DC's future looks pretty decent on the big screen. That really drives so much of the comic market these days. Mm-hmm. So if you can get in on some DC bangers, you know, that are kind of blue chip books that you're not going to lose on, there's huge potential for them at least.
Yeah, I think so. And talking about DC bangers, I know what Mark thinks about fandom last week. Mr. Comics, what do you think about fandom?
I watched somewhat. I mean, some of the stuff looks good, like the Black Adam trailer and things like that. But for the most part, I was just like, oh, okay, interesting. You know, it caught my interest, but I wasn't so divulged into it because I went from being 98% DC fan to 98% Marvel fan, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, some stuff. You know, I'm inching my way back into DC since my collection is nearing completion, like under 50 books for ASM, and now it's like, well, I don't want to collect every single issue of every single character I like. So I was like, what? No, I'm going to start going after keys more. So I'm looking at characters and things like that. It's like, well, I like Green Lantern. I still like Superman. So I still get some of those books like that. You know, like if I can get back to that shop in Salida, there was a first red kryptonite and gold kryptonite and like a Superman 120 something, I think, or whatever. It was kind of a low thing, but it was like $6, $9 or whatever. It wasn't that expensive. And like, it's a minor little, not that important, but it's still a key versus nothing happened in this book. So
Yeah.
Batman trailer looked insane.
Dude,
That looked so good.
And see, I probably did not have as high of expectations maybe as what Mark did on the fandom. But I was pleasantly surprised, regardless of whether it's because my expectations were too low. What they've got coming on board looks like they finally got some people to do some good stuff. And when or if that happens, the books are going to pop just like the Marvel stuff started doing. And then you're going to start having people flood out of the Marvel market into the DC market, which is going to drive that up. So if you're wanting to get the DC keys or you're kind of on the fence about it, now would be a good time.
I've been saying it for the longest time. If you're like long-term specking, you're supposed to shop where the market is not currently. So all these Marvel keys people buy up, they're just part of the machine of just overpaying on comics. I mean, that's fine if you want them, but if your goal is long-term spec, you got to get those DC ones, man. I have gathered
I've been picking up Jessica Cruz books. I mean, she's already been announced on this show. You know they're going to lean into that. And if Green Lantern is anything like Batman and Black Adam and some of these other ones looked, or Titans.
Look at look at Peacemaker trailer. Did you catch that trailer?
Yeah,
that's the first one that's actually backed by HBO Max, and you can see the movie quality look to it. You know what I mean? The budget is, you can visually see the budget is bigger when you watch the trailer. So like Titans, Doom Patrol, Stargirl, all of those were original properties from the DC streaming service that got merged in with HBO. So they still have that same budget and feel. But Peacemaker looks like they're leaning into more of like the committing to your streaming services, that you have a higher standard now to bring like big budget entertainment straight to televisions. So I expect Green Lantern to be a spectacle.
Well, see, like if whether it's Discovery that is going to be the new owner, or if AT&T ends up retaining control, they see what Disney's done with it, and they're like, hey, it's either do or die. We've got to push this way. So I think, to your point, they're going to lean in. And
before Disney did anything like the current Marvel and Mandalorian TV show, all you had was HBO to have like major budgeted television shows.
Right.
For as long as televisions or HBO's existed, they've been the spearhead of quality TV shows.
Yeah. So Brian, I think that it's still dependent upon passing antitrust regulators. Now, whether that's a big thing under this current administration or not, who knows? We'll see. But the Flash. Papa Willie, that was another good one too. Bringing back, Michael Keaton.
It'd be really Congress, not the president.
I'm sorry.
Congress affects the legislation more than the president if it was permanent stuff.
Well, it's the administration in the sense of who he puts in office, and that's what I'm getting at, because you have the the FCC and those people that run those type of things, ain't it? So let's go. Let's see, what did Biggie say? It seems like Golden Age is popping more than DC Silver. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it that closely. I just when this deal fell through, it's funny that the guy that I was going to buy that property from just called me while I was on the stream talking about this. But there's that. That's kind of what I'm thinking of and which way I want to go.
What about just a lot of like a couple $100 or $1,000 books? Just get a stack of them and quick flip them. Get a stack of like get a stack of Morbiuses and flip them real quick, or a stack of Carnages and flip them real quick.
Carnage is already plopped.
Yeah, but it's still a book that everybody wants to own.
Yeah,
But
just
using
not
that
for the,
caliber book as an example more than that specific book.
yeah, just it's funny. Well, it's not funny if you still had one. I got rid of mine while the getting was still good, but
Also not funny for anybody that watched that horrible movie. The movie was trash.
hey, I think you could get behind this, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Batman Beyond.
Me and my brother both have the complete series and all that. It's my favorite Batman. Got my 9.8 right over here in the first issue.
Are you excited to see old Batman in the Flash?
I would, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping for the right Batman. You know, I would like to see. I think with Michael Keaton, I agree. Michael Keaton, I think, would be the best. All that, just has the right look, the right tenor. He has the right gritty attitude.
Yeah, the right car.
The right car, whatever.
In the trailer, when they grabbed the cover on the car and went to yank it, I'm like, come on, no! I was so excited to see it.
My favorite Batmobile is still the one that Christian Bale had. That
Tumbler?
That tank was awesome. That to me said I can take a pounding and keep on going. Everything else seems like it's more pretty to function.
Go ahead, take over for Dad.
I did.
That to me said, I'll take whatever government scraps you have laying around.
So Brian says one of the first things Discovery will announce is a Dune Part 2 after the debacle that Warner Brothers did to all of their movies for this year, putting it all on HBO Max. Yeah, and you know what? I think some of that also has to do with, that was a debacle because you just killed your box office numbers. But the second part of it is I think that the whole Black Widow deal, you notice that Disney's not doing that no more?
Well,
The premium access or whatever it's called.
Right. Yeah, they're waiting for the stuff, and it has to do with that contract until they, I guess, rework the contract if that's the way they're going to go with it. But I mean, they settled with her.
If you promise a person a split in the box office and then do the whole Disney Plus thing, that on Disney Plus is in the box office, so it basically robs her of a paycheck. And so I'd be suing their ass off too. You don't mess with
the internet is on fire with people trying to speculate when the second Dune is coming because it's been talked about and all but greenlit at this point already.
Well, it depends on how it does at the box office. I mean, if it does well, they'll push it up. If it don't,
and it's also like you mentioned how the waiting on Discovery, or who was it in the chat? Brian mentioned waiting on Discovery to come in to make it because they're going to want to be able to introduce themselves into the fray with a lot coming to the table already. Like Walter Hamada, the current bigwig at WB, after flopping terribly on the original Justice League, and then HBO Max going over his head to AT&T and making the Snyder Cut happen. Total success. Walter Hamada has been trying to push to get Zach the second half of it, and they're saying no, not a chance. You can't do it. He keeps pushing. Well, the guy over at Discovery who's about to be taking his job if the merger goes through also wants to make it happen. So it looks like another thing for him to come in and immediately bring to the table. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but right after Fandom Restore the Snyderverse trended again. Nonstop. It's been trending since 2017 and won't die.
Yeah. And I think you're right. They want all the hype. That's the same reason that Marvel was waiting for all these new number ones. They wanted Penguin to, have all these big numbers going for him.
What do you think about okay, Marvel had its release slate set for this year. Then they found out Batman was decided to compete against Doctor Strange after they announced Doctor Strange's release date. And then they're like, yeah, we have to make some changes. Has nothing to do with the release of Batman, but we were going to make these changes anyways.
It's a little coincidental on the timing of it.
Well, I don't falter.
Even if you took it at face value and said, yeah, okay, he's being honest. Why would you do it like the week of and make that comment? It
wouldn't affect nothing to make that announcement later, but doing it like less than 48 hours later, and I'll be honest with you, no one in their right mind who is in charge of making money for a business should ever want to compete with Batman, much less that trailer that just like kind of advertised. That I don't know.
Yeah, well, they might do it with like a headliner, but Doctor Strange,
now there are still some other ones that'll be competing the same month, but I think like Aquaman is set to compete. I'd say compete, but set to release the same month as one of their realignments. I looked at like a comparison list with their new dates, but that Doctor Strange one would have been a direct box office competitor, intentionally or unintentionally. You would have. There's no way people would be like, I'll go see the next MCU movie versus this brand new Batman phenomenon.
Right. Yeah, that you're right. If it's Aquaman or something like that, okay, we'll compete. But
well, keep in mind, like if you got kids and stuff, it's no longer the kid's choice of what they're going to see in the movie theater. If mom's got to drive them to the theater, she's going to go see Jason Momoa. That's just it.
Well, yeah, we're paying for it. Screw the kids.
Yeah, my wife just made us go to the theater to see Dune. It's on HBO Max. We have HBO Max, but we just went to the big screen to see Jason Momoa. I mean, Dune.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, my house is. Do you want to see this movie? No. All right, you're staying home. Date night. We're going to see this.
Yeah. Aquaman versus Black Panther 2. Yeah. So
I'll take with Black Panther 2 with no Chadwick Boseman. I'll take Aquaman 2 even with Chadwick Boseman. That first one was a blast for me.
Nice.
First Black Panther or the first Aquaman? He'll answer back when he comes back. But I don't know if Black Panther is going to have the steam without Chadwick Boseman being there. Maybe he has a little left over because of his death.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the other cast of characters are going to be strong enough to carry that movie.
Well, maybe so. Maybe it might just be that this is how they wrap up Black Panther's story. And since we already have Captain America and Iron Man, Black Widow dead, this is going to be new Avengers from here on out. So, I don't know. What I'm interested in seeing is not so much how they transition it. Because they had Shuri as a Black Panther in the comics.
Right.
So I'm going, well, Killmonger burned the flowers, but considering she's one of the smartest people on the planet, you mean to tell me she can't analyze the Hulk, analyze blood sample of Captain America, analyze her brother dying, and go, this is the formula I needed to create a super soldier, and just create the super soldier of Wakanda, and have a synthetic Black Panther moving forward throughout the decade, no longer herb related, but synthetic. Congratulations to the next Black Panther.
Well, and do you have to have that? Because you got the tech suits, right? Because it's not the Black Panther cloth suits of old. I mean, these are high-tech suits that can take kinetic energy and push it back out.
Cloth suits are great, but it wasn't Black Panther or Iron Man that Thanos headbutted and did nothing against. It was someone who actually had power in their veins.
Yeah.
So tech suits will help, but you still need power. I mean, Iron Man had his brains.
Well, yeah. So, they're also going to be using the Black Panther to introduce Riri Williams. I don't know. I mean, is it just me? Was Riri Williams even look at the little Batgirl cutie. Batgirl.
Very pretty. Guess it's a Halloween costume.
Trunk or treat tonight. Yeah.
Getting dressed up for the Joker. All right.
You love it?
So is your wife going as Harley Quinn or Punchline?
Oh man.
Oh, are you so pretty?
Is it?
You love it?
Don't know what I'm doing. I have kind of a Renaissance themed jacket and a Spider-Man mask. I'm thinking of like being Pirate Spider-Man and putting the mask on over that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but isn't that cool? Across the Spider-Verse, I am another Spider-Man. You know, who didn't sail the cities of Manhattan. He sailed the cities of the ocean.
So, Mark, is that the outfit I've seen you and Finn wear? I think on your avatar or something like that.
Yeah, on my actual channel, whatever it's
Oh.
called, like you have the icon and then you have the banner at the top. Yeah, I bought this Halloween costume about 4 years ago now or something, and I'm like, geez, I paid a lot of money for it. I'm not buying another one until this one disintegrates. So every year I wear it, I feel like I'm increasing the value of it.
There you go. Making the most of it.
Okay.
So, Mark, you walked off. You didn't hear me ask the question. Were you saying that you enjoyed the first Black Panther movie, or you enjoyed the first
I did.
Aquaman?
Oh, I enjoyed the first Black Panther movie plenty fine. I loved the first Aquaman movie.
Okay.
It was just fun. All around fun. It was amazing.
Well, but when you had walked off, we were talking about, I don't know, without Chadwick Boseman there, the current slate of characters, I don't know if they can carry that movie.
Dude, Chadwick Boseman was the attraction to it. You know what I mean? Like his charisma, his screen presence, he was great. All right, so let's get Shuri. If she can even make it through the cancel culture that she's like getting, like, she's
Yeah,
goes back and forth.
Anti-vaxxer.
Yeah. Why did you do that? Like it implied that she isn't. She is, right? She's an anti-vaxxer.
Well, I'm using their terminology, anti-vaxxer.
Okay.
I don't.
Now, I'm pretty sure she's probably vaccinated, like most people who are deemed anti-vaxxers. It's kind of a weird umbrella to put somebody on for.
And that was my point with the quotation marks, because I mean, if somebody chooses not to be, I mean, that's really up to that person. It's their health that they might or might be not be impeding.
Yeah.
She's anti-mandate, I guess. Okay, TV says. I bought an FF52 and called it a day. Hey, there you go. That's how Biggie rolls.
Only contradiction, cancel culture in the sense is only going to be a big problem is if the business itself of Marvel, the business itself, or Disney, the business itself, considers the too vocal thing harmful to its bottom line. It's not cancel culture. It's profit culture. If I ran the business and I don't like what you had to say, Legion, I have no problem getting rid of you if it means I get more money.
Well,
yeah, I can understand if you're affecting their bottom dollar, but yeah, you can find countless examples more to the contrary where they just get canceled per their opinion. Like that's why there's such like an equal opposite outcry to it. Like you wouldn't even have like crazy things like Comicsgate exist if not for the fact of just downright cancel culture.
Yeah, and what people don't realize, it's like when I embarrass my kids in public, right? And they're like, "Dad, would you quit doing that?" They don't realize that when they do that, that just makes me want to do it more. And so when people get all mad because other people don't share the same opinions, all you do is make them want to give their opinions more.
Have y'all ever stopped and looked at what created Comicsgate, which is, it's hard to argue. They're a bunch of crazies. Like they're extreme. But have you actually looked at what did it? Like the day that Ethan Van Sciver posted a picture on his Instagram with a MAGA hat on and said, "We won." Like he was just celebrating, like where, like his vote like helped to win the election.
Right.
He got attacked from all assaults and was asked to resign based on public opinion of him all of a sudden. Like that's cancel culture.
Look, if you're, regardless of who you voted for, because I'm gonna bring this back around, but like if you're talking about Sciver, there was an artist that literally sent Sciver a picture of his butthole, his anus. Okay, so really, we're supposed to be the better people, even if we don't. I mean, even if we disagree with people. Like if I say Spider-Man, is the worst comic character ever, course, Matt's going to argue with me up and down. And that's fine. We can all have our separate opinions. And that's what makes America great, not what, you don't shut other people up. That doesn't make your opinion just right. It just
I'm a
makes
firm believer in the only way to beat bad speech is with better speech. I disagree with cancel anything. I'd say if you have the notion to want to cancel someone or shut someone up or you don't want to hear them, make a better point than them where they don't feel inclined to repeat themselves.
Exactly. And so, I know people that got all mad when Donald Trump won, and then when Joe Biden won, they were acting 10 times worse than the MAGA folks were. And I'm like, really? Let's just try to all get along, right?
Yeah. Political atmosphere these days is crap no matter which way it goes.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, Batman!
Yo, these big old muscles.
Woo! Man, you've been working out.
Yeah.
You ain't been skipping arm day at the gym, have you?
Drinking that fight milk.
Way more sophisticated than the one my mom made me when I was that age.
Yeah, I had to milk a bull for like a month to get enough fight milk out of it to get him buff.
My costume when I was 10 years old looked like something that Adam West wore.
Oh, nice. I remember the ones when I was growing up. It was like the costumes in a bag, and they had like the hard plastic masks. It was like the whole face with just little eye slits and the plastic would rub you and stuff.
So, yeah, that's one of the things when people talk about the anti-mask thing and all going like, I remember these Halloween costumes where you had two very small slits for the eyes, none for the mouth,
Nothing.
and then you're breathing just fine. So it's like, you can't wear a piece of cloth.
So Biggie says, "Old man Panther Wesley Snipes." I think that
That'd be cool.
A missed opportunity if they didn't use Wesley Snipes in Blade.
That'd be cool.
All those callbacks. I mean, when they did the Hulk one years ago, they had Lou Ferrigno as like the bodyguard. He was talking to Stan Lee.
Yeah. I definitely like the idea of Wesley Snipes in Blade, not in Blade somehow. It just fits.
Well, he could be like an old vampire hunter. He could be even somebody to kind of mentor him, or even just in passing.
Like Blade's teacher was, or whatever. I think it started with an M or whatever, but yeah, Wesley.
Yeah. So in the comics, Blade's teacher was a white guy, right?
You got me. I'm only familiar with a few things.
I think he was, but irregardless whether he was or wasn't, this day and age, I mean, they'll change it. So I feel like it'll fit. I feel like it'll fit.
Yeah.
So I'm getting harassing messages here regarding this tonight. So I'm gonna hold on. Let me share my screen and show you how I'm being harassed. Chrome tab. All right, you see this screen right here?
Yeah.
All right, so Comic Foo, he tells me I'm going down tonight, and he sends me this.
Since Neil Adams.
Well, that makes it a little bit better, but I mean, it's harassing me. Hey, I just picked up me some Batman socks when I was in Salt Lake last week.
Yeah, I got the Joker ones.
Nice.
Obviously. And the jacket's actually nice. Like the inside's lined with all the ha-has and stuff.
Where'd you buy that at?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. It says Spirit, whatever Spirit.
Oh, okay. That place that like pops up and closed down every building.
Yeah.
So I just got a key collector alert. Barbie, Ryan Gosling is to star alongside Margot Robbie in the Barbie movie. Get your Barbie comics, folks. Get your Barbie comics. Let the spec abound.
I have Barbie comics because I ran out of toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. They go with My Little Pony.
What?
I can't go to a church like this.
I don't know if you know this about what is that thing called? What is that called? Yeah, I don't know if you know about this, but there's nothing above the boobs on it anyways. I don't think it's the bra, babe.
It depends if it's an upper or an over.
Matt says it depends on if it's an upper and over. It looks like an Audi, Matt.
My wife like wears corsets a lot when we go to the Renaissance Festival. There's one they call like an under boob one, to where basically just your chest.
Oh no, this one goes over her.
Sits
tatas.
right there.
Well, hold on, let her get dressed. Here, moan. That's her slick way of saying, "Come on."
Yeah. So, I know you mentioned a while back that a con coming down your way. Has that already passed?
Yeah, it was in August or something. It's called
okay.
Joe Fest. Yeah, it gets bigger every year. They're promising for it to be even bigger this coming year. They haven't announced anyone specific, but teased it with there'll be a big guest there next year, and they just put like the X-Men, an ambiguous X-Men logo where you can't really place the time era or if it's TV, comics, what.
Well, I'm kind of contemplating. I was looking at the dates for C. Are you going to C2E2 this year? Yeah.
No year ever. That's so far away.
You just fly up there, dude.
I don't have wings.
Use your Green Lantern ring. I mean, I don't know, but
what was that in the Injustice movie?
We still gotta wear makeup.
I'm aware. Can't wait. The Injustice movie, Hal was trying to talk Superman out of doing something rash, and he was trying to outrun him. Superman just snatches the ring off his hand and flies off. Just jumped him.
Here, look.
Yeah, just snatched it and flew off.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember Justice League War.
Do what you do to take a bra off.
I've never put them on.
Brian says you're an anti-flyer.
Yeah. I'm missing anti-spend money here on stuff like that.
Well,
it seems like a lot of money to spend just to go somewhere to overpay for stuff. I would love to go to hang out with the community and just blah, blah, blah. But
Hey, mommy. Hey, baby.
You have a very valid point. I mean, the only time I've ever flown to a con was when I went to Galaxy Con, and I was going there anyway. So are you putting on all the makeup too? I heard you tell him that he had to do his. So
Yeah.
and she's got the white cover on the original costume.
Oh yeah,
Which is good because we're going to the kids' grandma's church for their trunk or treat, so we really don't need her. She's dressed like the lady at the well.
Oh, you're gonna give all those ladies down there in the South something to talk about next week.
Yeah. And it's like a 80. That's I think my mom's called it 70-70 church. 70% of the population is over 70. So she's gonna give them more than something to talk about. Like if they make it through the event. Yeah. But yeah, when she puts it on, it covers the cleavage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I made this.
It's her church cover.
Yeah, that's your church cover. Yeah. You don't have to wear that later with Mark though. So
She does have to wear this though.
there you go.
And it's cool. Even these things have like the DC branding on them and stuff.
For some reason, it's not letting me do that.
Oh my God, you made it so tight. Ugh. My arms
You
gained
can't
weight,
breathe.
but the rest of me lost it. I don't understand that.
That happens.
It's baffling to me.
Watch out for that Papa Wheelie guy. Yeah. Yeah, do that. He's quite the character for sure.
Looks good.
So how big the pants are.
A little baggy. I wish they were tighter. Get like camel toe action.
Mark, quit. Hey, Mark, quit looking. Otherwise, you might not make it to the Halloween festival.
Yeah,
Right. Do you want me to go start on mine?
yeah. It's going to take you 4 hours.
No, I was getting my eyeshadow in the car on the way there.
Yeah. Look, if Mark all of a sudden puts the camera on the video camera and he leaves, we know what happened.
Yeah.
My wife.
Dad just said to hold up this book and say it's good cover and not to open it because I break it, I buy it.
What's going on, Papa Willie? The man, the myth, the legend. Look at that. Dana said you're in trouble, Pops.
Yeah.
I'm about to have to go paint my hair green and my face white. So I'm about to hop off here because she insinuated that I need to be doing it as well. I want to try to go live from the trunk or treat thing. I can go live straight from YouTube on my phone now, so I'm not going to do nothing crazy. I'm going to test that out while I'm there. But I hope y'all have a good night. I want to go have fun. Go play with these kids.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, Jason, Papa Willie, y'all have a great night, man. And I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, see you later.
What you got? What you got, Pops?
That's nice.
It's like a Dell Auto. Let's see.
You're the villains.
Batman. Is that Batman Superman? Or Batman and the Outsiders? Oh, okay. Hey, Pops, look what Dana said. Said, oh Lord, who let that guy out here? Little Poison Ivy Batman action there. So, Papa, I noticed some of the last auctions you've been in. You've been saying you've been trying to be good, but then next thing I know, you're buying stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman Black and White. That's the Middleton cover. Hey, Matt, Mr. Comics, I was so I thought about doing it Wednesday night, but I had my second COVID shot, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make that or not.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Tuesday was rough. Wednesday was not that bad. What we got, Pops? Little Batman. Yep, Batman Animated Adventures. Oh, you spin your KKCR. There you go.
But yeah, I understand that. My first shot was no big deal. My second shot, I actually had to call the day off of work because I was literally, it kicked my ass for that time. And so it was just second shot wasn't fun.
There's one. The Adventures Continue. That looks like a kind of like a Peach Momoko cover, but I don't think she done that one. But it kind of looks like that. It's a real nice cover there. TV says Papa Willie be popping wheelies. That's right. That's right. And he's all over the place too.
Some nice pops back there, I think, from what I can see.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been on here or in the chat when he's been on the show before, but he's got like over 1,000 pops.
Yeah, no, I think this is the first time I've met Papa Willie.
Okay.
So
I ain't never seen that cover before.
I like that one. Good puppy.
Huh. Little miniseries they did. You just get that one in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just picked up this one right here myself. I had got this one from T-Pain. This was the only one that I didn't have of all the Batmans from the Dark World. Was the Murder Machine, and I wanted it to go with my Murder Machine action figure. But T-Pain threw it up the other day, and
Looks like Optimus Prime gone bad.
yeah. Well, it's basically Batman Cyborg. You know, it's basically what it's like. Hey, Papa, did you see this pop I got earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the GameStop Gaming Greats GameStop exclusive, which I've got the Black Series action figure of this, but it's not coming out till January. So I got this pop's been staring at me every time I go in. What we got over here? Blue Beetle. Yep, the Robbie Reyes. Yeah, basically. Well, actually, yeah, he actually downloaded Alfred, and that was the way to bring Alfred back, was to make him a sentient AI, and then he let Alfred took over. Yeah, that's a dope cover there. Dark Knight's Death Metal there. But I had but yeah, he let the AI take over him. Then he don't ever lose Alfred because.
So Batman's an AI or Alfred's an AI?
The AI took over Batman. So Alfred was the AI, and then he says, "Let me in," and he lets him in, and he takes it over him, and so Batman runs things. But he can send out. Yeah, I got. Yeah, that's a dope. I got all the foil covers for that run too. But it's pretty. I like the Flash one they had. I didn't too much care for the Aqua Woman, the Wonder Woman, or the that one was pretty cool. I've got all the McFarlane figures that go with that series too. But so we're about to get wrapped up because we're about 7 minutes till 4, and I'm gonna be kind of wrapping things up. So I did want to give everybody that's still on, of course, Dawnbreaker. Oh yeah, that one was pretty cool too. I like that action figure. I almost bought the Dawnbreaker and Green Lantern together, but because but I already had the Dawnbreaker, I just wanted the Hal Jordan. So then they announced that they're going to do a 2-pack with Hal Jordan and Sinestro. Now it would have been nice if that was already out tonight because I could play it out and then prove who would win. So, but anyway, alas, that was not in the cards. But did want to make mention anybody, Matt, what you got going on your channel? Anything that you, and then I'm gonna give Papa Willie a chance too. Anything that
I'm editing the video for my final upgraded my ASM collection and all that for basically what came out just last week of ASM 877, which is 76. I am 5 subscribers away from 600. So anyone out there on your channel who hasn't subbed me up, sub me up, and you can enter for the 600 subscriber contest, which is really close to happening. As soon as I hit those 5 more subscribers. Nothing else really added than to check out the Knockout tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern for a rivalry as big as pretty much any of the ones that have been on my show. Sinestro versus Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps. So for once, it's not purely about power. It's about strategy and what the other person can outthink and make with their rings and whatnot. So this will truly be a who can have the better argument of why they would win. So this would be a lot of fun.
So, and I will be on there as one of the contestants, as well as Tim, the comic hunter there. Comic collector. There's another comic hunter guy. So Papa Willie, what you got? You're going to talk about this $940 pop. Two.
Ooh. Yeah.
Metallic Blueberry. Dang. So
I
is
got-
that the one you won in that mystery box?
No.
No, that ain't that one.
Yes, it-
So did you pay $940 for it?
I mean, this one right here that I have is the closest thing I have. It's like 260, I think, according to PPG. You know, so that's the most valuable pop that I have. But if we
yeah,
don't-
mine's probably that Lion-O, the Thundercats Lion-O, and I got it signed by Larry Kinney. But it was the most. It's the one I paid the most for. I'll tell you that. But I think on PPG, I think it's the most expensive one. Probably the next one's like that pinky one, or maybe that Darth Revan one. But, oh, okay. So it wasn't that mystery box, but you put $80 into it. So yeah, I mean, you still got a good deal. I mean, if you can turn around and wanted to sell it for that much, you'd definitely be getting way more money back. So you got any videos coming up, Papa Willie, on your channel? No videos. Well, yeah, check these guys out. I just dropped Mr. Comics 89 thing in the chat. Let me pull Papa Willie's up here. Papa Willie's at 510 subscribers. And then Biggie's talking about the Golden Age stuff again, and Timely Cap. Yeah, it would have to be something that I wouldn't mind getting rid of, definitely, and I probably wouldn't mind that. A ASM 13. Who's that the first appearance of?
Mysterio's ASM 13. That's the last big book I have, or that I need. Everything else is minor key related, but nothing that'd be that large.
So you have all first 10?
Yes, I have the first 10. So I need 11 and 13, 19, and then the rest of them are basically over 20 that I need.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, because I'd seen one the other day. I forget where it was. I saw it, and I know where it was. It was on Whatnot, and I said, I wonder if this is one of the ones he needs.
yeah.
And
I just need to pay off. I need to pay off the debt that I got on my PayPal credit, and then I will basically move in on an ASM 13. So
I'm gonna send you this picture that Fu sent me. He sent me another picture to harass me. And so, because I'm a good sport, I'm gonna forward this to you, and if you want to use it on tonight's thing, feel free.
Awesome.
But it's proof that Fu is a furry.
Yeah. Yeah, but I had a good time. Oh yeah, speaking of Fu, I recently had the interview with him on my channel. So if anyone wants to see comic Fu or talk about Green Lantern, it's in real recent my videos on my channel. So check that out. We talked for over an hour on Green Lantern.
But the funniest part of that whole interview, is when what's going on, Ruben Guzman, aka White Tiger Comics, cartridges and collectibles. Guy just starting up his YouTube channel, dropped his first video the other day. Been a long time, Ruben Guzman, what he used to be going by. That's his name, but long time supporter of the YouTube comic community. I mean, usually he's the first one to see everybody's videos and comment on them. But check him out if you haven't already. But the funniest thing on that interview was when the furry thing got brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, I want to know about this thing. Fu is a furry. And he was like, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I went and looked up online. And he's like, yeah. And he said, but I'm not going to judge. And of course, that's, you know, that was kind of the thing why, you know, that Squatchy called him that. But
Yeah.
oh, man.
Yeah. We had a good time. So
Yeah, it was funny. Well, so as far as this channel is concerned, thanks for the folks that are still hanging out with us at an hour and a half in. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time. If you don't have anything to do, or if you're looking to get some comics on the cheap, come check us out here. It would be myself and 5 other sellers. We're going to sling some books, try to make some deals, and all that kind of good stuff. 1 p.m. Central Time. Hit that bell notification, subscribe button so that you don't miss that. Also, this is the giveaway for the month of October. We do a monthly giveaway here on the channel, and this month it is a X-Men 4, first appearance of Omega Red, and a 9/8. And all you have to do to enter to win is to be a channel member. You can be a channel member either through or both Patreon and YouTube. The links are in the description below. And for every membership, you get 10 entries to win. And for every $1 of super chat that you do in a live show like this, like the show tomorrow, or which will probably tomorrow will probably be the last live show if you want to do it that way. Through the super chats. As far as memberships, you can join that at any time. It doesn't have to be during a live video. But if you do that, you'll get to enter to win that one chance for every $1 super chat. And then at the end of the month, or more accurately, because I will be in Hawaii at the end of this month and the first of the next month, then I will be, it'll be the 1st of November when I do that.
that's cool.
Pretty sure Bert would press it and get it slabbed. I missed that one. So, but other than that, that's what we got going on. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the panelists. Appreciate Mark over at Legion of Comics for joining us. Okay. But appreciate Mark for joining us earlier. Hopefully he's going to have some fun dressing up as Joker tonight. And yeah, until next time, folks, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.